stop! Give me 20! Just kidding. Sit down, relax. Now, doesn't that sound like your phys ed coaches of old? Well, I spent 40 years as a physical education teacher. So guess what? I'm here to talk to you about physical education. But not the old school PE that you're used to. I'm here to talk to you about a physical education program that is individually focused, it's engaging, it's fitness-based, and if it's placed correctly in a school day, it's the most important aspect of a child's school day. Now, there are two problems facing the world today in our schools. One, we're lagging behind our international peers scholastically. Two, it's the health issues that our children face. Well, I'm here to tell you why that's occurring. I believe it's occurring because physical education is being taken out of the classes. You see, inactivity has replaced smoking as the #1 cause of death in the United States. This generation of children is not expected to have the lifespan of their parents because of inactivity. And so what we're doing to resolve this is we're taking kids out of PE and putting them in seats to sit more. And there is no research that shows that that helps. I'm going to show you. This is the result of more seat time. We're 36th in the world in math, 25th in the world in reading, and 28th in the world of science. So what I propose is that we start to think about things a little bit differently. And if we use physical education as a way of getting that done, then we're going to be in great shape. You got it. I'm going to talk to you about a physical education program that is fitness-based, and I'm going to talk to you about the program we had at Naperville Central High School. You see, across the country, they're dropping physical education. Here in Bend, for example, an elementary student may have physical education 1 day a week. A high school student only needs 1 credit of physical education to graduate. Heck, in Florida, you need 1 semester of physical education to graduate high school. And get this, they can do it online. Well, we have become the potty break and the coffee break for elementary teachers. At the high school level, we teach all kinds of sports skills, and we spend our time testing our students with how many free throws they can make, how many volleyballs they can bump against the wall. And we've discovered that beyond the age of 26, only 5% of the U.S. population participates in team sports to stay active. Well, no wonder they're dropping physical education. We became irrelevant. The physical education program in Naperville, and you see it in Illinois, we are the only state that mandates daily physical education for all students K through 12. But as we looked around the country, people were dropping physical education. We were afraid we were going to become extinct. So the phys ed teachers in our area got together and we said, look, we got to change our emphasis. No longer sports-based model, we need to concentrate on fitness and an emphasis on health and wellness. And so as we did that, we started to get national and international recognition. School districts from all over the country started to come to visit us. Schools, entities from around the world had come to visit us. I've done presentations in 22 states. And school districts in Illinois and around the country, 35 of them have implemented parts of our program. And here's what they found. Increased fitness, increased academic performance, better attendance, and better behavior in their schools. Entities like China, Japan, South Korea have come to see us, countries who we emulate for their academic performance, and they come to see me to learn about our program. As we moved to a fitness-based program, we found that technology was important. Heart rate monitors became a big part of our program. It allowed us as teachers to know how hard our students were working. It allowed us as teachers to grade our students based on their efforts, not on their sports skills. It allowed the students to see how hard they were working, and then they could strive to work a little bit better. So as we made this transition, our equipment became more complex than just bats and balls. We needed stationary bikes, we needed ellipticals, we needed treadmills, we needed weight machines. Those were going to be the things that were going to help our students into the future. Besides that, then we changed the activities we were teaching them. We were giving them all kinds of different activities. We did kayaking in the pool. We did rock climbing. We did yoga. We had all kinds of dance classes, aerobic kickboxing, team building activities. Those were going to be the activities that our students were going to need as they became adults. Well, we still give fitness tests, the dreaded fitness tests, I know. But our fitness tests, our students are not measured against themselves or their peers. They're measured against themselves. Our students have to own their data because they're tracked from year to year. And as a result, in our tests, the students are put in one of two categories. They are either unhealthy or healthy. And then it's the job of the physical education teacher to move them from one category to the next. Now, we still play sports. We have to do that in physical education. But we did it with small-sided activities where everybody had to participate. This is a scene of 4-on-4 playing. And you see, what was nice is even though we were playing 4-on-4, those who needed the most activity got a lot of activity. No scores were set. It was just about participation. So all of a sudden, in 2003, I had an aha moment. A Harvard researcher by the name of Dr. John Rady had come to visit our program. Now, why would a Harvard researcher come to visit Naperville, Illinois? I'm glad you asked. You see, he had just recently discovered that we had participated in an international math and science test called the TIMSS test, T-I-M-M-S. And our students finished number 1 in the world in science, number 6 in the world in mathematics, and he was surprised to understand we still maintained our daily physical education program. He was on a journey, and this is his favorite quote: "Exercise is like fertilizer to the brain. It's so good it's like Miracle-Gro." And the first thing he told me was, it is exercise that builds brain cells, not new learning. Are you ready? Exercise builds brain cells, not new learning. So as he was going on his journey of understanding how exercise was affecting the brain and learning, I took this information and I went back to school. I went to my administration and a great teaching staff and created a program called Learning Readiness PE, or LRPE for short. This was going to be a physical education program that was going to focus on cardiovascular conditioning, and we were going to strategically place students in this class prior to classes that they struggled in. Well, we created an intervention reading program for our students who were struggling, who were reading below grade level. And so what you're seeing is from 2005 through 2010, the blue bar indicates students who are in the same academic class but have physical education afterwards. The red bar indicates those students in the class but have LRPE just before. The difference is about 56%. That was over a semester. When we measured it over a year, you see growth in years of reading improvement. 2 years as opposed to 3 years for those students who had physical education after. When we included math, it became even more dramatic. Yeah, that's what my administration said too. Wow. So again, when we're comparing students that are in the LRPE class to those who are in the same academic class but have PE afterwards, a 93% difference. 93% difference. Well, you're all saying, okay, it's all because of you, Mr. Zientarski, your phys ed program. Not at all. Not at all. You see, it was, as I was bringing information back to our teachers, they were taking that information, that neuroscience information, and they were putting it into practice. However, I would walk through the halls like this. You need me. I build those brain cells. It's up to you now to fill them. And so they started using movement in the learning process. I have 2 math teachers who have created and published brain break books. Brain breaks come into play about halfway through a class when the student's attention starts to wander. And so they get the students up out of their desks, they participate in an activity, and the time spent on the brain break is more than gained with the attention they have with the students coming back. Now, okay, you want to know, how do you know that this exercise works? Neuroscientist out of the University of Illinois, Dr. Chuck Hillman, does brain scans on students. And so on the left-hand side, you're looking at a composite of 20 students' brain scans. Where the brain is yellow and white, it's lit up, it's resolving the issues of the test. On the right hand, and before they took the test, they sat quietly. On the right-hand side, it's the same 20 students sitting down, taking the same type of test. The only difference is they walked for 20 minutes. Look at the brain activity now with just a 20-minute walk. Could you imagine what it would look like after a hard physical education class? So how do I know that this program is helping our students? Well, it just so happens, 5 days ago, true story, we get a letter from a student who was involved in the program. And she's now studying physical education at the University of Westchester in Pennsylvania. And in her class, her professor was going to show a clip on the value of exercise and learning. Guess what it was about? Naperville. She said, hey, I was involved in that program and spent an hour and a half talking to her peers about the program. It prompted her to write to her LRPE teacher, and she's given me permission to read that letter to you right now. Mr. Adams, I wanted to mention that in my class freshman year, you really gave me the inspiration to teach and my passion to teach students who struggle in school. When I began your class, I thought poorly about myself. I thought I was in a dumb class. The funny thing about LRPE, it's exactly opposite of being in a dumb class. It's a shame that people don't realize that sooner. What is dumb about increasing your grades, especially in a fun and physical way? Thank you for believing me in a student and then in the program. You and the rest of the physical education department should be proud of the impact that you are having. I have so much hope for this program and pray that it continues to grow. Your number 1 student, Caitlin. The reason I had you stand as I walked in is because I didn't want you to miss this important piece of information. And that is this: a quality daily physical education program that is engaging and fitness-based and strategically placed in the course of the day is the most important aspect in a child's day. Our children deserve to be healthier and achieve their academic potential. So it's time to blow the whistle on schools who are cutting back on physical education, make physical education a core subject so it's in every child's school day. Thank you.